Modern fitness is obsessed with calories. Count them, track them, log them, optimize them. There are apps for it, websites dedicated to it, an entire industry built around calorie counting. Jack LaLanne never counted a single calorie. Not once. Not in his teens when he was learning nutrition, not in his 20s when he was building his body, not in his 40s when he was at peak strength, not in his 60s, not in his 80s, not in his 90s. Never. Yet he stayed exceptionally lean his entire life. 96 years old, lean, muscular, fit, zero obesity, zero body composition problems. This is the paradox modern fitness cannot explain. How does someone stay lean their entire life without calorie tracking? The answer is simple. He understood something modern people don't. Calories are not all equal. Calorie quantity is not the primary variable. Something else matters more. This is his complete approach to calories, his philosophy, his methodology, why he was right, why modern calorie obsession is wrong, how to apply his approach today. Like this video and subscribe. We're revealing the metabolic principles that kept him lean without obsession. The calorie paradox. Modern people believe this: weight is determined by calories in versus calories out. Eat in deficit, lose weight. Eat in surplus, gain weight. Eat at maintenance, stay same. This is mechanistically true, but it's not the full picture. It's like saying a car's speed is determined by fuel consumption. True, but incomplete. The engine efficiency, driving patterns, road conditions matter tremendously. Jack LaLanne understood this. Calorie balance matters, but it's not the primary variable. Quality of food matters. Activity pattern matters. Hormonal health matters. Eating frequency matters. Nutrient timing matters. Modern people count calories and gain weight. They're in deficit and don't lose fat. They're in surplus and stay lean. This contradicts the simplistic model. Why? Because calories aren't the full story. Why he never counted calories. Jack LaLanne didn't count calories for a specific reason. He believed counting was counterproductive. Counting creates obsession. Obsession creates stress. Stress creates hormonal imbalance. Hormonal imbalance creates fat gain. Counting calories literally makes you fatter. He observed this. People obsessed about calorie counting didn't look better, they looked worse, stressed, anxious, metabolically damaged from constant undereating. His approach was different. Manage the variables that matter: quality, activity, patterns, hormonal health. Let calories follow naturally. When you eat high-quality whole foods, you naturally eat appropriate quantity. Your body tells you what it needs. You don't overeat because satiety signals work properly. When you're highly active, you naturally eat more. Your appetite increases appropriately. Your body requests calories it needs. When your hormonal system is healthy, your body regulates weight automatically. You don't need apps. You don't need tracking. Your physiology handles it. This is the opposite of modern approach. Modern approach: measure everything, trust nothing. His approach: measure nothing, trust physiology. Quality versus quantity, the fundamental principle. Here's the core principle that modern fitness misses. Not all calories are equal. 1,000 calories of whole foods creates different metabolic response than 1,000 calories of processed food. Whole foods, high thermic effect, 20 to 30% calories burned digesting them. High satiety, hormonal signals of fullness. High nutrient density, metabolic efficiency, moderate insulin response, healthy hormonal pattern. Processed foods, low thermic effect, 5 to 10% calories burned digesting them, low satiety, hormonal signals never fully satisfied, low nutrient density, metabolic inefficiency, high insulin response, hormonal dysregulation. This means the quality of calories determines metabolic outcome more than quantity. 2,000 calories of whole foods, you're full, you're satisfied. Your digestion requires energy. Your hormones are balanced. You stay lean. 2,000 calories of processed foods, you're never full, you eat more. Your digestion is minimal work. Your hormones are dysregulated. You gain fat. This is why his approach worked. This is why modern approach fails. how he estimated portions intuitively. Jack LaLanne never measured food. No scales, no cups, no precise measurements. He estimated portions intuitively. How? Years of practice, years of learning, years of noticing what amount of food produced what physical results. He developed internal calibration. He could look at a plate and know if it was right portion. Too much? He knew it. Too little? He knew it. Just right? He knew it. This is learnable, not through tracking, through awareness, through paying attention, through body awareness. You need approximately palm-size protein portion, fist-size carbohydrate portion, 2 thumb-size fat portions, plus unrestricted vegetables. That's the basic framework, not precise, not tracked, but calibrated over time. He knew his portions because he practiced portions, not by measuring, by noticing, by paying attention to results. Modern people measure but never learn. They follow apps but never understand. They never develop internal calibration. His approach created mastery. Modern approach creates dependence. Activity level, the true caloric impact. Here's what modern fitness underestimates. Activity level completely changes caloric needs. Sedentary person, 1,800 calories maintenance. Moderately active person, 2,400 calories maintenance. Highly active person, 3,200 calories maintenance. The difference is massive. Activity determines whether you're in deficit, maintenance, or surplus. Jack LaLanne understood this. He didn't reduce calories, he increased activity. He trained hard, he moved constantly. His activity level was exceptional. At age 70, his activity level was higher than average 25-year-old. How? Years of training, years of movement, years of building sustainable activity patterns. This is the leverage point modern fitness misses. You don't manage weight by cutting food. You manage weight by increasing activity. He never went on diet. He never reduced calories. He never counted. He stayed lean because he was extremely active. Modern people do opposite. They sit sedentary. They try to compensate by restricting food. They're hungry. They're uncomfortable. Eventually, they quit.
His approach was superior. Be active enough that food naturally regulates. Eat what you want, within whole foods. Stay lean through activity and quality, not restriction and counting. Metabolic flexibility and adaptation. Jack LaLanne's metabolism was flexible. He could eat different amounts, different macronutrient ratios, different eating patterns. His body adapted. Why? Because his metabolism was efficient. He wasn't metabolically damaged from yo-yo dieting. He wasn't damaged from undereating. His metabolic machinery worked properly. Modern people have rigid, damaged metabolic systems. They've restricted too many times. They've undereaten. Their metabolism is shut down. They can't adapt. Even moderate eating gets stored as fat. His flexibility came from metabolic health. You develop metabolic flexibility by eating adequately, not restricting, eating whole foods, not processed, staying active, not sedentary, sleeping enough, not depriving, managing stress, not chronically stressed. Modern fitness advice damages metabolic flexibility. Restrict calories, reduce carbs, cut fat, stay hungry. Your metabolism shuts down in response. His approach preserved metabolic health. Eat enough, eat quality, stay active, sleep well. Your metabolism remains flexible. Your body weight regulates naturally. Hormonal balance and natural satiation signals. Your body has precise hormonal system that regulates eating. Leptin signals fullness. Ghrelin signals hunger. These should work automatically. Modern people have broken systems. They're always hungry. They're never satisfied. They feel empty after eating. Why? Processed foods dysregulate hormones. Refined sugar spikes insulin and crashes leptin. Seed oils create inflammation and blunt satiation signals. Additives confuse appetite regulation. Jack LaLanne's whole foods diet preserved hormonal function. His appetite was appropriate. He ate when hungry, he stopped when full. No counting needed. His hormonal balance was perfect because his food quality was perfect. Modern solution? Count calories to compensate for broken hormones. His solution? Fix hormones through food quality. Which is sustainable? Fixing hormones. Which is effective long-term? Fixing hormones. Which is what he did. Fix hormones. When you restore hormonal function, eating becomes simple. You naturally eat appropriate amount. Your body regulates weight. No counting necessary. Food quality managing caloric intake. Here's the mechanism. Food quality determines caloric intake through multiple pathways. Satiation. Whole foods satisfy better. You eat less naturally. Thermic effect. Whole foods burn more calories digesting. 300 calories of chicken burns 60 calories digesting. 300 calories of cookies burns 15 calories digesting. Appetite? Whole foods don't trigger addictive appetite. You eat once, you're done. With processed foods, you eat once, you want more 30 minutes later. Nutrient status? Whole foods provide nutrients. Your body's nutrient sensors are satisfied. You don't crave. With processed foods, you're nutrient deficient. Your body craves more food seeking missing nutrients. Hormonal response? Whole foods create stable hormonal response. Processed foods create unstable hormonal response, triggering continued eating. These mechanisms mean you can't overeat quality whole foods in the same way you can processed foods. Jack LaLanne ate abundant whole foods. His body self-regulated. He stayed lean. Modern people restrict processed foods. Their bodies are deprived, damaged, dysregulated. They can't self-regulate. They gain fat despite restriction. Quality is the primary lever. Quantity follows, not the other way around. Eating patterns and metabolic rate. Jack LaLanne had specific eating patterns. These weren't random. They optimized for metabolic health. Morning fruit, immediate energy. Natural sugars providing fuel without insulin crash. Pre-training small meal, fuel for training, eaten appropriately timed. Post-training protein, muscle recovery, immediate nutrient window. Main meals, midday and evening, primary nutrition, protein, vegetables, whole grains. Consistent meal timing, his body adapted. His metabolism was predictable. His hormones were consistent. Modern approach, irregular eating, skipping meals, eating late, eating randomly. Your metabolism becomes unpredictable. Your hormones are dysregulated. Your body compensates by storing fat. Pattern consistency matters. Your metabolism adapts to predictable patterns. Predictability creates hormonal efficiency. Efficiency creates leanness. He was consistent. That's part of why he stayed lean. Age-related changes and caloric needs. At age 20, caloric needs are high. At age 80, caloric needs are lower. Metabolism changes with age. Jack LaLanne understood this. His eating adjusted with age, not dramatically, but noticeably. In his 30s, maximum food intake, building muscle, heavy training, high activity. In his 60s, moderate food intake, maintaining muscle, moderate training, still high activity. In his 80s, careful food intake, maintaining minimal muscle, lighter training, activity maintained. He didn't count calories at any age, but his intake naturally modulated with age, activity, and goals. Modern people do opposite. They maintain the same eating pattern at 70 as they did at 20. They wonder why they gain fat. It's aging, not intake change. His approach was responsive. As needs changed, eating changed, without counting, without stress, naturally. Seasonal variation and energy adaptation. Jack LaLanne's eating varied seasonally. Summer, lighter eating. Winter, heavier eating. Why? Activity varies seasonally. Summer, higher activity. Outdoors more, training more. Winter, lower activity. Indoors more, training sometimes less. Energy availability varies seasonally. Summer, fresh fruits, vegetables, abundant. Winter, stored foods, less abundant. His eating matched seasonal realities, not through calculation, but through natural adaptation. Modern people ignore seasonality. They eat same year-round, same processed foods available year-round, same activity patterns. They don't adapt. Their metabolism doesn't adapt. Their body composition doesn't adapt properly.
Seasonal eating is healthier. Eating seasonally matches natural cycles, matches activity patterns, matches energy availability. Modern calorie tracking problems exposed. Calorie tracking creates multiple problems. Accuracy. You can't accurately count calories. Food labels are plus or minus 20% error. Your tracking app guesses. You're measuring imprecision. Stress. Counting creates psychological stress. Stress increases cortisol. Cortisol increases fat storage. Counting makes you fatter. Disconnect. Counting disconnects you from body signals. You eat by app, not by hunger. You stop by app, not by fullness. You lose internal calibration. You become dependent on external measurement. Obsession. Counting creates obsessive thinking. You think about calories constantly. This psychological stress damages hormones. It damages satisfaction. It damages results. False control. Counting creates illusion of control. You feel like you're managing your body. Actually, you're damaging it through stress and restriction. Compensation. Tracking creates undercompensation. You eat less than you think. Your deficit is bigger than you believe. Your metabolism adapts downward. Your activity decreases. You eventually gain fat. These are real problems, not theoretical, observed repeatedly. Jack LaLanne avoided all of these by simply not counting. He stayed in tune. He stayed healthy. He stayed lean. Why modern obesity exists despite calorie counting. Here's the paradox. Modern people count calories more than ever. Modern people are fatter than ever. This contradicts the model. If calories determined weight and people count calories, people should be lean. They're not. They're obese. Why? Because counting doesn't address root causes. Root causes are food quality, metabolic health, hormonal balance, activity level, stress level, sleep quality. Counting only addresses quantity. It ignores quality. It ignores hormones. It ignores metabolism. It ignores stress. It ignores sleep. You can count calories of processed food. You're still eating processed food. Your metabolism is still damaged. Your hormones are still dysregulated. You're still overweight. Modern approach, count calories, ignore everything else. Jack LaLanne's approach, optimize everything else, ignore counting. His approach works. Modern approach doesn't. Applying his approach today. How do you implement this? Step 1. Eliminate processed foods. Not restriction, elimination. If you eat only whole foods, calorie counting becomes optional. You'll naturally eat appropriate amount. Step 2. Increase activity. Not to burn calories, to increase metabolic capacity and appetite control. Be active enough that food is simply energy for activity. Step 3. Establish eating patterns, consistent meal times, consistent structure. Your body adapts, your hormones regulate. Step 4. Focus on food quality, not quantity. Eat whole foods, sufficient protein, abundant vegetables, whole grains, healthy fats. Don't count, don't restrict. Eat until satisfied. Step 5. Sleep adequately. 8 to 9 hours. This regulates hormones. This controls appetite. This prevents fat gain. Step 6. Manage stress. Meditation, breathing, nature. Stress management prevents cortisol elevation, prevents fat storage. These 6 steps create same result Jack LaLanne had. Lean body, natural weight regulation, no counting, no stress, no obsession. Modern approach is opposite direction. It doesn't work. His approach does. Drop a comment. Are you currently counting calories? What's your biggest frustration with tracking?
Share this with someone tired of calorie obsession. The freedom of not counting. His approach gave him freedom. Freedom from apps, freedom from obsession, freedom from anxiety around food, freedom from constant measurement. This freedom created consistency. Consistency created results. Results created confidence. Modern approach creates opposite: obsession, anxiety, stress, inconsistency, poor results, lack of confidence. His way is better, not just for results, for peace of mind, for quality of life, for sustainability. If you count calories, you're managing symptoms. If you optimize everything else, you eliminate the disease. Subscribe if this resonates. Share this with someone struggling with food obsession. The path forward is obvious: quality, activity, pattern, health. Not counting, not tracking, not obsession. This is his legacy on calories. Not a diet, a philosophy, a better way.